YouTuber Trevor Jacob is facing 20 years after pleading guilty to one count of destruction and concealment with the intent to obstruct justice or obstruct a federal investigation. Um, and what that led from is he purposefully crashed an airplane for YouTube views, for views on YouTube. So, Sticks, what are your thoughts on this story?
Now, if what he did, he accomplished, because the man he only got 100. Well, only is that would be a lot for us, but he got 140,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
But this video, which was recorded a year ago, has 3.6 million views. So he accomplished exactly what he wanted to accomplish. But just like D-Lo alluded to, man, Joe Budden said it's content over everything. Like, everybody wants to be viral. Everybody. If you can go viral, you can make money. That's what this world is coming to now. Social media over everything, content over everything. And that's exactly what he did. Now he's facing, and I watched the video. It's a little 16-minute video. What's happening? Yeah, a little 16-minute video. And literally 3 minutes into the video, the plane crashed. But he was trying to make it seem like, oh my God, I'm losing elevation, and you could tell from watching the video. Did you watch the video?
No, I didn't even waste my time watching it, man. I'm like, when I saw the headline, I'm like, this is problematic.
Very much so. Very much so. But the even crazier part was he took off and he's flying, but he already has the parachute on his back. So if it was really like he already has it strapped on, like he already has the parachute on. So you could tell he was planning something from the beginning. Like, oh, you getting in the plane with the parachute on? Like, what's good with you? Like, is that gonna be comfortable with you flying? Like, but if it was really like he was losing elevation, the plane was going down and he was losing gas or whatever he was trying to make it out to be, then you would have had to scramble for that. You would have had to get off the wheel of that plane, go get your parachute, put the parachute on, because it was something that actually happened that you weren't expecting. But like you said, man, content over everything, bro. You crash a plane for views, and the rest of that was just him trying to navigate through the wilderness that he parachuted into and try to get back home and finding water. It was dramatic, overly dramatic. It was an overly dramatic video, but it's definitely problematic, man, because this is just showing what people will do, will put their life on the line, will put their life in danger to get views and to go viral. So what you think, D-Lo?
I mean, I said it already. I think it's problematic. And the reason I think it's problematic is to piggyback on what you said earlier as well, is you have everybody wanting to go viral. And so more and more people are starting to put content online or create content. And more people are viewing content. It's just what we do to pass time nowadays. And as more and more content comes online, you start to see the same thing over and over and over, just a different spin on it. And so with that, the shock value to really garner attention and to keep people viewing has to go up. And that's all this is. It's like a shock value. It's like, oh, he's crashing. Oh, he actually posted this online. Let me watch the whole thing and see what happened, how he survived. And now to find out that it was actually staged, and also that a brand was going to pay him to post a video, and this was a part of it. I don't know if they knew that he was going to crash a plane or not, but for that to be a part of it as well, now it's just more and more people that's going to up the ante with that shock value to get those views and to get those brands interested in paying them money to do outlandish stuff. We've already seen multiple people that are in the interview or prank genre of the world of content creation lose their lives or be severely injured. Who's to say that somebody else, it starts with crashing the plane. Who's to say it won't be next somebody staging a robbery or somebody, you know what I'm saying? Where does it stop? And is this the beginning of that? I just think, again, we talked about the the NBA media pundits laughing at AD and how that was distasteful. To me, it's distasteful because it's like the start of us going down a negative
it's a
path.
snowball. It's a snowball
Yeah,
effect.
it's the start of us going down the negative road of content creation. That content creation is good because it does give us some entertainment. It can take our minds off of what we're dealing with in the real world, but when you got people doing stuff like this, it's going a bit too far. Now, luckily, nobody was hurt that I know of, but if we can't shoot down a Chinese balloon over the forest of North America, why can't somebody plash? I keep saying splash. Why can't somebody crash a plane? Why can't somebody just crash a plane in the forest of North America? So I mean, I just think we're going down a bad route with this
Yeah, we're going down the
content
ugly
creation.
road. And just like you said, man, and you answered the question I was going to ask you: is this going to be a snowball effect of worse and worse and worse content being created? And you answered the question. I think it will be, man, because like you said, people this can he crashed a plane in the forest, which, like you said, nobody was hurt. Hopefully nobody was hurt. He wasn't hurt, just a couple of nicks and bruises and things of that nature, but he wasn't hurt. But at the same time, this video got 3.8 million views. What would happen if I like D-Lo said, stage a robbery? What happens if I, put a bunch of GoPros on my car and crash my car by accident? Like, people are putting their lives in danger, man, for content, man. And it makes absolutely no sense. Like, me and Delon are now in the content creation space, but I will not be trying to put my life in danger. I got too much to live for, dog. Like, first of all, I said I was in my prime, but I'm too old to be doing that bullshit. I ain't about to be out doing crashing cars and crashing planes and putting my health and my life in danger for content. Nah, bro. I would much rather sit in front of this camera talking to y'all and talking to D-Lo with this mic in front of me and talk about these dummies out here crashing planes and crashing cars and staging robberies. Like, nah. But it is definitely, I feel like it's going to snowball into something worse because everybody is looking for the next viral video. Everybody's looking for the next viral video. And with him doing this can set the stage for something even worse and worse and worse, man. And I don't want that to happen. But prayerfully, man, people don't look at this thing and say, yeah, I'm about to do that too. You know what I'm saying? Or some form of this crazy BS that he's doing too. So, and he has so many GoPros hooked up to this plane, bro. Like, he had at least 7 or 8 GoPros hooked up to this plane on each side, on each wing, but he had about 5 of them set up on his side of the plane to catch him jumping out of the plane and acting like the plane is losing elevation and this, that, and the third. Like, you could tell that this was staged. Like, there was no way. If you watch the video, like I said, it was 16 minutes, but it's a 12-minute video. If you watch the video, you could tell from start to finish that this was a staged video, and it makes absolutely no sense what he did. So I mean, but content over everything. They're doing it for the money. They're doing it because they know it's going to go viral and everybody's going to watch a plane crash. Like, if you can see a plane crash, you're going to watch it. Like, it's so stupid, bro. It's dumb to me.
We're also desensitized with a lot of stuff too, which is also why this could be potentially problematic. Conspiracy side of things that add complexity to it is, you have a lot of conspiracy theorists that say a lot of the stuff that goes on, a lot of the tragic events that happen in America are staged by the government. You also we also pull out our cell phones when we see something happen to anybody. The George Floyd situation was recorded recently. A situation where a homeless person was choked out on the train in New York was recorded. And people want to, I don't say they want to watch it, but because it's readily available, we watch it. And so now that all of these type of things are going on, they're being recorded and they're being uploaded to the internet, why can't somebody crash a plane and benefit from a brand paying for that? You know what I mean? So it's just like, we're in an area right now to where it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of scared people, trying to figure out what they're going to do with their life and how they're going to continue to make money, with people losing jobs, with all these brands offering money. It's not as much as they used to, but they're still offering money. We're just in a weird time right now in the content creation space, because now it's like, what is considered content creation and what is just content that just naturally happened. And so most times the natural content, if it's if it has that shock value to it, or if it's something that captivates you or hits any of the major senses, pulling on those heartstrings. Those are the ones that get all the major views and go viral.
Mm-hmm.
And then you also throw the money into it. Everybody's trying to be the next Mr. Beast we talked about earlier. Everybody's trying to be that person that has 25 million subscribers on YouTube. Every video they put out within seconds has 50,000 views and whatnot, and they're making tons of money off that. They don't have to do anything. And I mean, we know that content creation is hard shit. It takes us 2-3 days to figure out what we want to talk about on the podcast. So imagine have to actually create the content, the physical content, and find that stuff. So we're just in a weird space right now, man. And I feel like at some point in time, where do we right the ship? Because we could, I'm not gonna say where it's headed down the wrong way, but it's starting to tip that way just a little bit. And so where does it turn back and say, okay, this is what is considered content? But then you don't want to take, I know, not to talk too long, but then you don't want to take away, you don't want the platforms to take away your freedom to create content, because then it can get stale. It can get stale. So I don't know. This is complex in many reasons.
For many reasons, bro.
Many fronts.
Yeah, man. And I mean, it's the way of the world is moving towards content creation anyway. With AI going crazy, and the emergence of Kick and these streaming platforms, and the way the world is going towards content creation, everything is going to be online. Everybody indulges in their information online, and but it's whenever it's just information, that's whenever it's safe. But when it comes to content creation like this, and stunts and pranks and niggas stage and stuff, that's whenever it becomes dangerous. And that's where that's where we got to taper it. You know what I'm saying? Is to make sure that stuff like this doesn't elevate people to do even more crazier stuff. And that's what scares me in a sense, man, because it could be people can stage a robbery and somebody can get injured, and that can be Sam out there in that area where some content creator was just trying to go viral, trying to be the next internet sensation, and my daughter is somewhere at a mall and they trying to stage a robbery, my daughter gets hurt. And now this content creator has 4 million views, but now he's on trial for something more heinous than just trying to stage a robbery. Exactly. So it's like that's whenever other people's lives are put in danger. And they said that he was obstructing a federal investigation. How did he do that? I didn't know. Nothing said what investigation he was obstructing, or I don't think they would have said it anyway. But how did he do that? Just crashing? What was it then?
So the obstruction came from when he crashed the plane. The FAA went to go and try to figure out, what happened to the plane and all that. Well, him and his homeboy went to the location and cleaned up, basically, and cleaned it up, chopped up the plane, removed it, chopped it up, and basically got rid of everything. So that was the obstruction of the investigation.
Oh, okay, so that's what it was. Okay, and I thought that they were saying he was obstructing another investigation. Okay, I got you.
That's why.
So they were just investigating what happened to the plane that he obstructed. Okay, I got you. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So they did say that. They did say that. Okay.
Yeah. So because more than likely, if they'd have actually found a plane, like, oh, there's nothing wrong with this plane. And then, I don't know if he would have gotten more trouble with it being, nothing wrong when he just deliberately crashed the plane. Because, I mean, I don't think you don't get in trouble when you deliberately crash a car. You just pay the insurance, right? Like if it's not hurting anybody, do you get more?
Well, from what I know, being in the car business, if you intentionally crash your car and then you're trying to gain money from it, that's insurance fraud. But I mean, I don't think he would have gotten. I mean, the type of plane that he was flying, it wasn't anything that was going to
single engine plane. Right?
It was a single engine plane, so it wasn't going to be anything that was going to cause any major damage if it was crashed anyway. But I mean, he probably could have gotten some more time if they would have. But all he had to do was come clean, which is what he's doing anyway. He's going to plead guilty. He's just doing it for views. If he would have just told the investigators, "Hey, man, I honestly just do this for my YouTube page," like that's all he would have had to say. And then he would have, but maybe he would have got more time. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't. But what I will say and how I'll wrap this up is I don't believe a lot of stuff that goes on the internet anyway.
Me either.
I second and third guess it before I even. I mean, when we talk about what we want to talk about, we like, is this real?
Is
Do
this
we
real?
want to talk about this? Usually, we are late to talk about stuff because we want to make sure that it's real. And we get a lot of gripe about that, but it is what it is, because you can't really trust everything that's out there right now. Like, we could be talking about this in the last three segments that we talked about, or two, and none of it is real. And then it's like egg on our face. So all of these people creating content, stage content, you have the gold digger thing and all that stuff, the genre. It's hard to believe anything that you put out or anything that's out in the news because of all of this staged activity. And we can talk about this. We can go on and on about this because there's a lot of stuff that deals with
it's real complex.
This stage material and how brands interact with people, that we could talk about and incorporate into this segment. But not to go too long into it, so I'll just end it right there and say it's hard to believe anything that happens when you have all of this stage activity and content out there.
Exactly, bro. I'm with you on that one for sure. Thank y'all for watching this video. If you've made it this far, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, hit the notification bell so you miss none of the content. Also, you can find us on all the streaming platforms, wherever you find your podcasts.